So then now if you look at, once you had gotten to this point, I had then moved to Holland, to Johannesburg, to work at Holland and Barrett Insurance.
Yes.
And because I still believed that art wasn't a proper job at that time. And also the huge movement that helped us both move out was Les. And
Yes.
Les turned to me and said, are you always going to be a waitress? Because you need to get out of this town. Otherwise, you will stay forever being a waitress, and you'll become barefoot and pregnant, and you will go dumb, is what he said to me, remember? And I remember coming out, I was so angry with him, and I was going, oh, how dare he says that? How dare he says I'll be dumb? And that kicked me out to go and get life lessons in Johannesburg, and it kicked you out to move into Cape Town. So now I'm in Johannesburg, and I'm trying to do a proper job, and I'm hitting wall after wall after wall, and I'm hating it. And I remember phoning you every Friday and complaining. Do you remember? And I think at one point you said to me, are you ever going to be happy there? Are you, every time you phone me, it's always complaining, it's always moaning. And I wasn't taking any responsibility for myself, my situation. I was blaming everybody because it was just easier to do that. And a 9-to-5. And I remember you came over, and I was stressing about paying bills. And I said, how am I going to earn money? And you said to me, teach art, do caricatures, do portraits. And I went, I can't do that. That's like asking me to go back. And I landed up teaching art classes, doing portraits, doing caricatures, which helped me eat for the month. But then you're busy working in the back end, and you're building up your area, and you started more on your painting side and your painting technique. And then remember, I phoned you one evening, and I said to you, it's just not working. No matter what I try, I just keep hitting block after block after block. And you said to me, okay, come back to Cape Town and let's teach together. And when I came back, that was really an interesting process, wasn't it? Because you had a house, and then you'd arranged for me to move in with this gentleman's son and his friend. And then I was going to pay more rent because I had the studio. And obviously that was another lesson in itself, being with this this guy. I think he really helped us and pushed a lot of buttons in me that were on things that I just wasn't facing. And then eventually we'll end up moving next door to each other. And we used to call over the wall and go, Mom, do you want coffee? Justine, do you want this? And we used to pass things over the wall because we were both in relationships at that time.
Yeah, the only thing is my cats were more in love with you than me. So whenever they used to hear your voice, they used to howl. Then I had to pass my cats over to you because they wanted to spend time with you.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. And Spicy was a rescue kitty, and he was so tiny that we had to put him in a sling, and I had to teach with Spicy in the sling, and he could only lie against your chest and was spoiled. The animals had an amazing lifestyle. And so we were both dating gentlemen, and both of us landed up separating at the same time with these gentlemen, and we landed up moving in together, and it was now very different, because now all of a sudden I've had the life of independence, and then now moving back into the house was very different, because obviously I'm going, Mom, I'm just going to the shop. Oh, I never would say that before. Why am I telling you now that I'm going to the shop? And then I remember I went shopping first, and I took money and we put it together, and you said it's like Christmas because we could actually go and do the shopping, and you knew someone took care of the shopping.
Yes.
And at this point, I would say you started really your art school had already been established, but now you were taking it to another level.
Yes.
And then you were asking me to teach the beginners in drawing, and you really wanted to push the oil painting side of things and really grow that. Is that when your exhibitions took off more at that stage?
No, I'm just, the reason why I'm saying no is I had to sweat a little bit more. I attended classes with a painting master, and obviously that's sort of clinched the deal for me. I needed something more because I was teaching, but I wasn't getting fed.
Mm.
And then I attended his classes so I could take my painting to a totally different level. And then I joined an association. And I started off slowly with that association where they used to have, a juried exhibitions every year. And every year I got top marks all the time. So it was a lovely art community, like-minded people, combination of professional and non-professional artists, but it was quite competitive. And that helped me to get my art to the next level.
And I remember when I moved in with you, you said to me, this is not going to be an easy ride. I'm not going to do everything for you. In order for you to work with me, the criteria is that you attend my oil painting classes and you pay for your own art classes and you attend his class, which was the best thing ever, wasn't it? Because he drove me insane. When I say the painting snail pace of a snail, it is an understatement. This man was amazing because he would stare at the still life for 15 minutes and in 15 minutes do one brush stroke. And I'm going, I could have done 60 brush strokes by now. And you pulling your hair out, but his observation, he didn't have to go and put the brush stroke back down. He was just absolutely phenomenal. And then the more he slowed us down, the quicker and faster we became as painters and teachers. Which was it was the best thing that could have ever happened to us on that level, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's another miracle. It's amazing how we were saved all the time. I mean, he was known as one of the best teachers in Cape Town, and just about every student or serious student